What's up, my Century Gunners? It's the Sentiment here. So this is my review of Raw's Raw for the 29th of September 1997. This is the final Raw before Bad Blood. This show was in Albany, New York. It starts with Vince McMahon interviewing members of D-Generation X, or DX for short. I know they're not officially called DX yet. It's very close because I think they officially name as DX in October. Very close. For this review, I'm going to call them DX anyway. So you got the European champion Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, that's Triple H, China, and Ravishing Rick Rude. So Finn's trying to interview Ravishing Rick Rude, trying to get a straight answer out of him. Who his benefit factor is. Is it Shawn Michaels or Hunter Hearst Helmsley? And Rude dodged the question. I think it says for the strict rules. I think he was strictly confidentiality. I don't know what it means. So he said that in the promo. He was dodging the question Vince asked, and he said like Stone Cold Steve Austin is running amok. Your desperate need for protection plan. Maybe loosen that death grip off your wallet and pay the cash. And he said like pay me or pay me later. He was just dodging the question. It was an okay promo. Then Vince called Shawn Michaels a wise ass of the WWF, and Shawn and Helmsley, Triple H, basically taking a piss out of Vince, basically just doing the bunny ear gesture towards Vince's head, poking him in the ear. And I think it's the first time that Shawn Michaels referring Hunter Hearst Helmsley to Triple H. That'll be his name ever since, Then Hunter Hearst Helmsley. I think the announcers will call him Helmsley like in the 1999 period. But yeah, it's mostly Triple H. Anyway, so it's the first time that Shawn referring Hunter Hearst Helmsley to Triple H. And yeah, Vince he botched his line. He called he said, how are you gonna get out of Cell in Hell? You mean Hell in the Cell? So Shawn brought last week's Raw at MSG when DX, or they're not officially called DX, but they end up attacking the Undertaker. It says, I think Shawn says, I don't need to get out. I was there, I was here, and then we kicked the dead man's ass. Then Triple H's promo, I think it was good. To kind of confront Vince, you're afraid of clicks. You're referring to the click, Shawn Michaels, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Razor Ramon, that's Scott Hall, Diesel, Kevin Nash, and the 1-2-3 Kid, Sean Waltman, the future Six-Pac and X-Pac. Because at this moment in time, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Sean Waltman are now in WCW, and now Waltman came back to the WWF in 1998, part of DX. So he said I've been back. I think I was back there for the last few years. You and the World Wrestling Federation spread your legs like a whore for these superstars, and he said they cannot lace their boots. I'm not gonna sit back and let you run the WWF and wait for my opportunity. I'm taking my take my break. I'll have my break in my hands. Referring to I'm taking my opportunity. Why could you just say opportunity instead of break? Anyway, so he said I enjoy kicking the dead man's ass, and he said this is our house of pain. Then you got Commissioner Sergeant Slaughter came. He basically wished Shawn Michaels a good luck for his match with The Undertaker at Hell in a Cell. And then Commissioner Sergeant Slaughter basically said your luck is run out. He really put Triple H in a match against The Undertaker in the main event. Triple H, pissed off. So anyway, I think it was a good promo for Triple H. You can tell he's waiting for his big break. He was in the doghouse the previous year in 1996 because the whole Madison Square Garden incident. Him, Shawn Michaels, I think it was Razor Ramon and Diesel basically broke kayfabe. The VO footage was leaked, and the rest is history. You know, they can't. You know, Vince cannot blame Shawn Michaels because he was the WWF title champion at the time. My apologies. Can't blame Shawn. He was the champion in 1996, the previous year. So Triple H got the shit. He got the blame. He's felt like he'd not been fired. He was in the doghouse. So I'm glad you referred to that. So yeah, it's a good promo for Triple H. You know, he's not known for his promo skills. That's not really Triple H's. He's not really a good talker. But this, I think he cut a good promo. And then out comes the Hart Foundation. Bret Hart, the WWF champion, Owen Hart, I think British Bulldog, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. You know, Bret Hart said, you know, you got more problems than the Undertaker. Bret says you're gonna pay for your crimes. You're gonna pay your crimes for tonight, referring to the event in England. You know, the one night only pay per view when Shawn played politics towards the British Bulldog because he wants to dedicate his match towards his sister Tracy. And yeah, and see, you know, the show footage of that match, you know, it got some heat. Yeah, because Bulldog was a god in England. You're not going to get like a British wrestler with that praise ever again. You could say in some certain degree Page, but not really. So, you know, yeah, I did a review weeks ago. That's One Night Only, 1997. Go and check it out. So, anyway, so yeah, Bret says you got hell to pay. You got a crime to pay. You're gonna pay for your crimes tonight, and you can see in the DX intro, Shawn Michaels and Triple H did that. What? You know, their fucking chemistry is good, man. I really like. Yeah, I like their reaction. You know, they'll get more reaction in the end of the year. You know, and how DX is gonna be good. You know, doing that. What? Look in their face. You can tell they're taking the piss. They're not. They're just joking around. So. Anyway, so let's move on to the first match of this Raw. So we got, the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, selling the knee, you know, because he injured his knee at One Night Only, taking on Vader. Both guys will fight in the flag match. We'll get to Bad Blood this weekend, so it was an okay match. I think it was an okay match of the night for me. That's not saying too much. You know, it's a test of strength. You know, like both of them did, like, put one of them into, you know, got first onto the barricade. It was a bit just, like, no chemistry. It's just punch, kick, big man moves. So, anyway, in the end, I think Vader hit the Vader bomb onto Bulldog, and then out comes the Hart Foundation. You know, Bret, Owen, Neidhart, you know, beating down Vader. Bret locked in the figure four leg lock onto Vader onto the ring post and trying to injure the knee, trying to basically soften Vader up towards Bad Blood. Then the Patriot, Del Wilkes, trying to came to the rescue, but the numbers can kind of catch up with the Patriot. And also Bret also locked in the figure four leg lock onto the Patriot on the ring post, and that was it. So the Hart Foundation, wow, they felt like in the autumn. You could tell they're really cool off, man. Their period is cool off, man. They're not really like the talk of the town. They still got boots, but they're more focused on the D-Generation X faction than Hart Foundation. I feel sorry. I like the group. That group was never the same after SummerSlam, you know, because of, or particularly after Canadian Stampede, and you know, the downfall kind of started at SummerSlam when Owen injured Austin's neck. And then you got, like, you know, a month later, we got the Montreal Screwjob and Owen's death in 99. That's another topic for another time. So, yeah, moving on to... And also we got Sable, Laser Tag Mission, and then, you had Freddie Blassie as this boss type of character with the eye patch as a hologram, saying, like, you know, after you defeat that pencil neck geek Finkel, here's your next challenges, and the challenges are the Bushwhackers, at the time the WWF Tag Team Champions. It was cringy and shit. Yeah, I like the one with Howard Finkel, but this was just meh. I get it, selling the laser tag toys, and Sable is fucking hot, you know. Like, she's got to be the hottest woman at the time in professional wrestling, you know, because of her looks. You know, it's bullshit why they pushed her instead of Mark Merrow, you know, in the expense of Mark Merrow, because she's not known for her wrestling, but her looks, you know. By the way, Sable is now married to Brock Lesnar, you know. So let's move on to the next match. So the next match is the one and only semi-final match of the Intercontinental Title Tournament. We got Farouk, the leader of the Nation of Domination, with the whole members of the Nation of Domination. You know, D'Lo Brown, Conor Mustafa, the future Godfather, and Rocky Maivia, the future Rock. Taking on Ahmed Johnson, who used to be part of the Nation of Domination, but he got kicked out of the group. He brought in the Road Warriors and Ken Shamrock. Winner faced Owen Hart in the final at Bad Blood. So match sucked. I'm sorry. You know, they bring up Ahmed Johnson's hand. He suffered a hand injury in his match with The Rock the previous week. It was a boring fucking match. It was disappointed in the end. Ahmed Johnson attacked Farouk with the stall steps to get himself disqualified. Farouk advanced into the final to face Owen Hart at Bad Blood. And then you got like the Road Warriors and Ken Shamrock being the other members of the Nation of Domination. So moving on to the next segment, we got Brian Pillman's X-Files. Holy crap. It's really sad because this is Brian Pillman's final televised appearance. I know it's last week, but this was taped. You know, he filmed it in a motel room. But it's really sad knowing that, holy shit, we're not going to see the loose cannon ever again. So Pillman says he's not going to face Dulov unless they restrict Goldust. You know, he said he wants Goldust handcuffed. You know, because he wants it, and he says he's going to beat down Dulov at Bad Blood. We'll get to Bad Blood. You know, spoiler, the match never happened because he died. But it's a short and simple like X-Files segment. It's not really an X-Files exposing something. It's just like a promo in a hotel room saying like, "Hey, I'm not gonna show a Bad Blood unless until the day they have to restrict Goldust and point him with some handcuffs." So. Anyway, so the next match we got Goldust taking on the Sultan, with the Iron Sheik in his corner. The Sultan is the future Rikishi, by the way. You got Dulov on commentary. The match sucked. It was boring. I'm sorry, it was boring. You know, the Sultan is just. You can tell it doesn't fit anymore because at this time we're very close to the Attitude Era. You know, I think the gimmick did not stick. You know, I'm glad. At least we got Rikishi out of it, but with the Sultan, nah. And the Iron Sheik was gone after the Sultan was repackaged. So, anyway, in the end, Goldust got the victory. Let's move on. It was a boring match, to be honest. So, and then we got Stone Cold Steve Austin confronting Vince McMahon because of last week's Raw at MSG when Austin hit Vince with the Stone Cold Stunner. And Austin says all this week, you had Vince McMahon trying to talk to Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he kind of friend Vince says, if you're doing that tough guy act, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you or something like that. The big man retake or whatever he's saying. I can't remember the promo that was. So anyway, basically, maybe Vince says maybe you're just a lunatic, or maybe you just don't give a damn. I don't give a damn either. And he kind of also Austin kind of egg Vince to fire him. I don't give a rat's ass what you do. And Vince says, he's got three choices. One, bring a certificate towards your doctor if he's cleared him to wrestle. Number two, you sign like a document says if you get hurt, you can't sue the WWF. And the third choice, you'll get fired. Try to keep it short and simple, folks. So Austin says, my neck is fine. But my doctor don't know my neck as mine, something like that. Sorry, I'm trying to remember the promo that well. He said about I can show you an X-ray or MRI or was that podogram. scam, whatever it's called. So like I said, I don't remember. Sometimes I'm trying to do with the hot folks. So anyway, so you know, he said like your little document, little document, I might write things, I might sign it or shove it up your ass. And then he kind of threatens that if you fight him, I'll beat the crap in front of the world. And that was the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Trying to keep it short and simple, otherwise it's going to be a long time. So it was a good promo for Austin. Yeah, he said, I don't know my neck as more than mine. That time, now I remember it. So he said, like, I don't know, the doctor don't know my neck as more as mine, because he's just saying I'm fine, I can do the hell I want. So in the end, he also give Vince the middle finger, and that's it. So kind of, you know, you could tell that the following year they end up doing the whole Austin McMahon rivalry. You know, you can tell at this moment in time Vince needs to get away from the commentary area, because everyone knows Vince is the owner of the company. We know that. Thing at the time, he was just unringing it. He's just a commentator, because you know that WCW is still on the high because of the NWO stuff and the cruiserweights, and then Sting as the Crow. You know, they need to, like, you know, desperate time comes desperate measures. So moving on to the next match. So the next match is a tag team match, the one and only tag team match on the show. We got the Headbangers, Marsh and Thrasher, taking on two members of Los Boricuas. That is Jesus and Jose, I think. This was boring. I'm sorry, completely fucking boring. In the end, you got the Godwins interfered. I think they attacked both Jose and Jesus and the Headbangers. Then you got other members of Los Boricuas, you know, helping their fellow members. So that was it. Clusterfuck. And the Headbangers, they're not ready to win the tag team titles. And also for Los Boricuas, they're not really getting over that. The theme music they played, it's so generic. Yeah, the whole faction warfare thing, it's shit. I'll talk about it when I review Bad Blood, but it's just, you can tell it's not going anywhere. It was not according to plan. Vince Russo. My apologies. Anyway, so then we got Vince McMahon interviewing Owen Hart, and Owen's wearing the Owen 316 t-shirt. It just said, Owen 316, I just broke your neck, because, yep, they made Austin's neck injury as an angle. At least Owen and not going around breaking necks, you know, because when WCW did the whole thing with Sid breaking his leg at Sin, they made it into a storyline. It made his real life injury into a storyline when Scott Steiner's going around breaking people's legs. That is fucking stupid. So, anyway, so Owen said it's true. Yeah, Vince called him a lunatic. Owen says that's true. I'll do it again. It's all about his match with Farouk at Bad Blood. He said, like, I'm better than you. I can beat you with two arms tied behind my back. Then he said to Vince, you know, you need to fire Stone Cold Steve Austin, or I think he didn't say that. He said he wants Austin out of the WWF because he's going to destroy the Empire, like you and your dad. And I'm trying to keep it short and simple, folks. So yeah, it was fine for what it is. Owen came out with, I think it's new theme music, and then you got Austin dressed like a police officer, hitting Owen with the Stone Cold Stunner. Owen selling the neck. And I forgot to mention this. So he said the reason why I didn't have the Intercontinental title belt because, you know, I made a mistake. You know, he brings up Austin broke his neck. He was a paraplegic, and like I said in my review of SummerSlam '97, I'd rather have Owen. You know, after Owen did the Tombstone Power Driver attempt on Austin, why could Owen just basically pin Austin? You know, just call for an audible, use this as a storyline. Owen pins Austin, retain the Intercontinental title belt, and that was it. So, yeah, doing the title tournament is shit. It's just shit. I think they got better in 1998, but that's not saying too much. You know, I know those tournaments were created by Vince Russo. So anyway, so there was a segment of Neidhart medical tree of Owen selling the neck. You know, I hate the hate they do this, it's a serious thing. They did it years later with China and right to censor. It's just very tasteless because a lot of people, like in any sport, injure their neck. It's a very serious thing. You could probably be paralyzed or dead. I don't mind like with a knee or an arm, but a fucking neck, it's just very tasteless. And also they do like sometimes storylines with concussions. I'm glad they don't do that anymore. It's not really a tasteless thing to do. Made someone else's injury, like a real life threat, career threatening injury, into a storyline. It's just, come on now. So, and then we got the show like footage of like how the Hell in a Cell is going to look like. It's cool. And then we got the main event. The main event we got Undertaker taking on Triple H, or Hunter. I'll call him Triple H at this moment in time because Triple H you can tell he's metamorphosis. He's basically morphing into the DX Triple H. I think that whole Connecticut Greenwich Blue Blood, or the Connecticut Blue Blood Hunter Hearst Helmsley. It really runs its course. It lost some momentum after the events in MSG the previous year, but him moving to the Triple H DX is it's slowly into it. Doing the cross chop. It's just like, because at the time, they need to be edgy. I think they're phasing out wrestlers with crappy gimmicks. Great example with the Godwins. They end up like holding Confederate flags. They end up becoming Southern Justice, and use their real names, and hang out with Jeff Jarrett. And Jarrett end up going to the WWF, and taking shots at Austin. That's another topic for another time. So anyway, Undertaker showed up. He got attacked by the Hart Foundation, and then the Patriot and Vader like beating down both Bulldog and Bret Hart, and then DX beating down the Undertaker even more. Match sucked. Not their best work. I've seen better matches before that, including the WrestleMania matches of 17, 27, and 28. This was not that good. It's boring. In the end, Ravishing Rick Rude hit Taker with a silver briefcase. Afterwards, DX members just beating down on the Undertaker. And Rick Rude, to me, I know he was trained for his comeback in 1999. And he should have I wish he just hit Undertaker with the Rude Awakening. He could still take a bump. He could still hit someone with the moves. Like, great example, Arn Anderson. He's not. I know he retired due to neck problems. He can still hit someone with the spine buster. Was it the AA spine buster? It's called. He can still hit someone with that move. With Rick Rude, he can still hit someone with a Rude Awakening. It's just like Rude. I think Rude needs it. Like, it's a shame what might have been. I think Rude will probably come back. He should have came back sooner rather than training for his comeback in '99. That's just me. That's my take. So anyway, they basically put Taker in a body bag. Then Undertaker just managed to rip the body bag apart. Beating down Triple H, beating down Shawn Michaels. They chased both Shawn Michaels and Triple H towards the stage areas. Shawn trying to escape, but instead some kind of fire was a brief fire and smoke was shown a little bit. It's just, I think it was a sign for Undertaker feeling the Undertaker's wrath. Shawn able to climb on the Titletron, and the Undertaker just basically tombstone Triple H to end the go home show to Bad Blood Raw. So anyway, I'm gonna rate this Raw. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 10. Fucking terrible. It was not really a good go home show to a pay-per-view. The match wise boring. Most matches were boring to me. It was mediocre. Promo-wise, I say probably Triple H's promo and Austin, as a police officer. That's kind of like the highlight points of this Raw. But besides that, there's nothing. I'll get to my review of Bad Blood this weekend. So it's just like not a really good go home show. Some of these Raws I watch, they end up being good Raws. They end up being okay Raws. Like, this is a bad Raw, man, to me. I think probably the worst Raw of the year, or Not one of the worst Raws of the years. Just very disappointed. So anyway, so I hope you enjoy my review of Monday Night Raw for the 29th of September 1997. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, smash that button, click the like, click the bell, subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube, be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos more, and this is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later, folks.